Hello everyone. Welcome back to Fulgur channel, your go-to source for in-depth analysis of global events. And today, we're delving into the heart of the South China Sea tensions. Recent developments involving U.S. aircraft carriers have added fuel to the geopolitical fire, and we're here to break it all down for you. But before we get started, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our insightful content. In recent weeks, the South China Sea has become a hotbed of geopolitical tension, and the presence of U.S. aircraft carriers has only intensified the situation. The strategic importance of this region cannot be overstated, as it serves as a crucial maritime route and is home to disputed territories claimed by multiple nations. The U.S., in a move seen by many as assertive, has increased its naval presence, sparking concerns and reactions from various stakeholders. A U.S. aircraft carrier has reportedly entered the South China Sea in a move experts said on Wednesday sends a wrong signal to the Philippines amid the Southeast Asian country's repeated provocations on Chinese islands and reefs in the region. The U.S. Navy Carl Vinson Carrier Strike Group departed Singapore following a port visit there, and is now in the South China Sea. USNI News, the news service of the U.S. Naval Institute, reported earlier this week. The Carrier Strike Group is one of the few extra-regional naval forces currently operating in Southeast Asia over the Christmas period, with other navies having all wrapped up their deployments, USNI News said. By keeping an aircraft carrier sailing in the South China Sea during the Christmas period, the U.S. wants to maintain the South China Sea issue as a hot topic and retain its military presence in the region. Wei Dongsu, a Beijing-based military expert, told the Global Times on Wednesday. Such show of military force in sensitive waters amid tensions goes in the opposite direction of peace and stability in the South China Sea, Wei said. Ken Xiangyou, director of the World Navy Research Center at the National Institute for South China Sea Studies, told the Global Times on Wednesday that U.S. aircraft carrier activity in the South China Sea is nothing new, as such moves usually attempt to deter China and show support to U.S. allies, so the U.S. can consolidate its hegemony. The U.S. carrier's entry into the South China Sea this time is adding fuel to the persistent tensions between China and the Philippines in the region, and sends a wrong signal to the Philippines that could incite Manila to take more extreme moves that escalate contradictions with China, Chen said. Since August, the Philippines has repeatedly sent vessels to illegally trespass into waters off Chinese islands and reefs in the South China Sea, and saw its attempts restricted by the China Coast Guard. One of the focuses of the Philippine provocations is Ren Ai Jiao, also known as Ren A Reef, as the Philippines made several attempts to send building materials to reinforce an old warship illegally grounded there. Medal Aguilar, a Philippine military spokesperson, on Tuesday accused China of carrying out dangerous maneuvers and committing all the violations, and claimed that the Philippines is not provoking conflict in the South China Sea. Reuters reported on Tuesday. In response, Mao Ning, a spokesperson at China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, said at a regular press conference on Tuesday that the recent developments involving China and the Philippines in the South China Sea are caused by the Philippines' change of policy and position, refusing to honor its commitments, violating international law and the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in the South China Sea, and deliberate infringement of China's sovereignty and provocations, and the responsibility lies with the Philippines. China will resolutely protect its territorial sovereignty and maritime rights and interests, Mao said, noting that we hope that the Philippines will make the wise choice, return to the right track of properly handling disputes through dialogue and consultation, and work with China to properly handle and manage the situation at sea. Mao's remarks are a stern warning with clear formulation And if the Philippines insists on serving as a pawn of the U.S. in making provocations in the South China Sea, it is essentially lifting a rock only to drop it on its own feet, Wei said. The Philippines is making the strategic misjudgment as it underestimates China's determination to safeguard its rights as well as stability in the South China Sea, and wrongly believes that the U.S. has the capability of containing China, Chen said. Multiple military experts told the Global Times that the U.S. Navy used to hold provocative, large-scale carrier exercises in the South China Sea, but this has changed in recent years. While U.S. carriers still operate in the South China Sea, they tend not to stay in the region for too long at a time, because the U.S. Navy understands the Chinese military's capabilities in targeting large moving warships on its doorstep, which significantly reduces the survivability of aircraft carriers, experts said, noting that U.S. carrier activities in the South China Sea now serve more as a political and diplomatic tool than actual military instruments. Experts urged the Philippines to make independent decisions that really fit its national interests, and not to rely on the U.S., which only sees it as a pawn. Now let's focus on the catalyst for the heightened tensions: the deployment of U.S. aircraft carriers. These massive vessels, equipped with advanced capabilities, symbolize military strength and strategic influence. The decision to position these carriers in the South China Sea sends a clear message, not only to China but to the entire international community. It's a move that has raised eyebrows and stirred debates about the U.S. role in the region. With the U.S. taking a bold stance, reactions from regional players and global powers have been swift. Some applaud the move as a necessary deterrent, while others express concern over the potential for miscalculation and escalation. We've gathered insights from experts in international relations to provide you with a comprehensive overview of the diverse perspectives surrounding this critical issue. That wraps up our deep dive into the escalating tensions in the South China Sea fueled by U.S. aircraft carrier activity. If you found this analysis informative, give us a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe for more updates on global affairs. Remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss out. Until next time, signing off from Fulgur channel. Stay informed, stay curious.